Hello, brother, what's up? Very, very calm at the moment, man. And I felt like shooting a video on how you are very well received when you're a conscious person. When you're conscious, people give you their best selves. Meaning people step out of their own way and be conscious themselves when you are conscious. I was at an intensive in September, last September. And there was a dude there, bless him, he wasn't a very functional person. But when I was being my higher self around him, he just responded in kind. He just, and this guy, man, he was not spiritual, man. He didn't even do personal development. But he just smiled and slowed down and was way more chill as a person when I was around him. And, that's nothing to do with this guy, this Seb character. No, man, the universe was shining through me. I'd stepped out of the way. Okay? For me to be conscious, man, I can't have my ego in the way. It's not about Seb. No, man. It's about God. It's about love. You know this stuff, man. When you're conscious, I want you to see that the people around you, man, they love you. A lot. But not just that, man. They're extra good with you. Another example, man, is I was at the dentist maybe a couple months ago now. And when I arrived, I just showed up with the biggest smile, because I kind of figured the person there, man, if you're a receptionist, you have to deal with lots of different people's energy all throughout the day. And I figured, man, I can brighten this person's day if I, show up with a big, big smile and strong eye contact, big smile. It was an intention thing. I'd set the intention to be. Honestly, man, I wasn't even setting the intention. I just was being conscious that day. I'd meditated a few minutes before I left. I was being disciplined. I was being conscious. I was being spiritual with how I was living my life. I showed up. I was present. I smiled. And this lady, man, I remember one time, years ago, I went to the same dentist, and I think I was 1 minute late. And she's like, sorry, you've missed your appointment. She doesn't have an American accent, but she did say, sorry, you've missed your appointment. I was like, fuck me, man, I can just go upstairs. He's just there. But this time around, it was different because I was conscious, right? And she was just totally cool. It was the nicest I've ever seen her, man. And this is where it gets trippy, brother. I'd moved out the way. I wasn't there. The universe was shining through my eyes, and she felt that, and she just responded in the same kind of way, with the same kind of energy, right? Obviously, we tend to mirror people, subconsciously. But this was happening on a deeper level, man. And this, anytime when you have this for yourself, you will see it's happening at the level of consciousness. It's happening at the level of deep intelligence. You're being it, the universe mirrors it back. That's where it gets really trippy, man, because, this woman at the dentist, for example, the receptionist, she's not a woman. She's a woman. She's not a floating, discrete object out there. No. She's within my experience. She's part of my existence. She's part of my reality. She is within my consciousness. So basically, she's a part of me. When you really start getting intuitive about this, man, you realize, wow, she's part of me and I'm being conscious. That consciousness is being reflected. So of course this is happening. This is what you feel. This is what you realize. You say, of course she's being conscious because I'm being conscious. You start to realize this is you. You're being conscious. And therefore you're having people be conscious for you because you were conscious to begin with, right? Basically, man, you're just seeing yourself, only and ever, but particularly when you see God. And this kind of means you're getting this consciousness feedback loop where you're being conscious, you're seeing people who are being conscious, and it all starts to make you think, why is reality being mirrored so well? Why am I seeing myself so well and so almost accurately? If you're serious, man, and you contemplate, you will probably start to think deeply about some existential realities. Just to name a few: no self, oneness, non duality, no separation, God, you with a capital Y. You'll start to get little flickers of these awakenings, because you can have lots of different awakenings, man. It's not just one single enlightenment. No, there's lots of different aspects of God or the universe which you can awaken to. Anyway, man, not to get too deep, just remember these few things. Number one, if you're conscious, you will see conscious people in the world. You will have your conscious energy mirrored back to you. Why? Because you are reality, and there's no others. It's just you, and you're seeing yourself in other people, but you're seeing yourself, and that's beautiful, man. Number two, brother, is that you will be warmly received by people if you display high consciousness. It's not that you put it on or really display it, it's more that you embody it. If you live with high consciousness, and if you don't know what that means, it means you're very mindful, you're very sensitive, you're very aware. And I say these things, man, but at the same time, you're also human. Okay? Being a human is very messy. You're not going to be a perfectly flawless spiritual being floating around. Fuck no, dude. You're going to have a bunch of stuff going on because you're a human, okay? So God will be filtered through your humanness. And sometimes, man, you'll put down your humanness, by which we mean, really, you'll put down your mind. Because the only thing, and this is a very deep point, man, the only thing that's keeping you human, well, there's actually a few things. Number one is your mind, your finite mind. Finite meaning not infinite, right? And number two is your form. So you're formed, you're limited as a human being. You're not infinite like God. No, you're formed and limited. Work with your limitations, work with your human form, try and love it if you can. So yeah, man, just remember that. Remember that you have God within you, but you're also outwardly a human. Or at least you're living a human experience, man. So, just manage that. Anyway, brother, we're going to call it there. It's been a very, very mellow one today, and that's because I've just meditated and it's quite late at night, so a different kind of vibe. But, we go with it, man. If you want any support from me one-to-one, I do offer coaching and mentoring. If that would benefit you, man, simply check out the link in the description. Otherwise, man, take care, my friend. Keep enjoying the videos. Lots of love, man, and as always, peace.